Programming isn't about what you know, it's about what you can figure out.
Hello, geeks. We welcome you to PARAKRAM 2K21, the orientation session of one of the most prestigious club of our college, Developers and Coders Club. Today, I, Atiti Kumar Singh, the General Secretary of DCC.
And I, Akshat Kumar Verma, core member of the mobile development team, coming live from awesome web browser because we couldn't think of a better name, and we'll be your host for this session. So today in this session we'll be telling you all about our club. Our different teams will tell you more about the respective functions.
Do let us know how awesome do you think this stream interface is, because we might have burned some midnight oil for making this. Without any further ado, let us welcome our guest for today's session, Aditya Mani Tiwari Bhaiya, to share some insight with you all. Aditya Mani Bhaiya, please.
Currently placement coordinator for computer science and engineering branch. And you all are freshers, and I always think that freshers mind should be free and open to explore every new things. And this is very important, as I also feel that uh, as a fresher you have lot of things, and your mind you have to use your mind in in two directions, like focusing, have a better focus and explore. I mean, if you get an idea, I always believe you have to invest a lot of time on PCs, because you this club is basically for the coding purpose. So that's my whole statement always will going to be going to be in favor of coding as well, coding only. So always invest a lot of your time in front of PCs, because in nowadays a lot of stuffs are available on internet, and these guys will definitely going to tell you many good platforms where you can explore yourself, like competitive programming and different global level competitions in coding and hackathon or anything like that. So I always believe you should invest lot of time on PCs or laptops, or if you do not have this now, don't worry about it. Try to explore things on mobile only, and try to get laptops and as soon as possible, because it will be useful in for the it will be useful for your coding journey. And second thing is, once you start exploring, because it is important to get a new ideas, and you once you get a new ideas, don't stick, just explore more and more and try to make it happen. This is very important. I always believe lot of things was not there in NIT Agartala. Once you have started exploring it, we have seen lot of growth. One bhaiya, Akash Chaudhary, if you don't know, I would like to share his story as well. He is one of the finest Android developer of NIT Agartala ever produced. He got a million downloads on Play Stores. He earned almost 1 crore a year or more than that. Uh, as for the journey, you can always watch his interview. Watch his interview. I think Love Babbar has taken his interview. So he is from NIT Agartala. There is he has started his journey, and he thinks that okay, I have to invest more time in Android development, because I have very much interest, and I want to produce something that is not on the internet. He has done that, and that's a result. He got a brilliant result. He doesn't need a job. He can separately design another apps, and he can earn from that. So this is a very new thing. And if you have a talent, don't just rush with all the crowds. If you have a talent, true talent, just focus on that as well. So this is very important for freshers, because lot of students will going to be in same direction, and unfortunately you are also going to lose all your focus on your interest. So once you get a real interest is important. So also try to give a proper focus on that direction. Everything is good, but yeah, this is very important for your life. And always try to participate in global level competition. A lot of freshers always hesitate that they have less preparation, and they are not capable enough to participate in global competition, maybe in hackathon, maybe in coding competition, maybe in any I mean developer challenge or something like this. Lot of your seniors will going to share a lot of opportunity, but you also have to find opportunities, because there are several opportunities in the market. For you freshers, you should always going to find, for the girls mainly, how much a scholarship program is going, how much a scholarship program is available in the second year. This is very much important, because a lot of a scholarship program has needs certain, I mean, your preparation. So you will going to prepare only if you have an idea about how much a scholarship program you how much scholarship program is available for you. So I would share that material as well. There is a very good material for tracking the scholarship program, especially for the girls, and maybe for the other people as well. So once this is very important, because you are going to you are going to represent your college on a very big level, and this is what we want. We don't want to just sit here one a place and get a job and just doing your job. Just represent your college in front of global audience, or in front of many IITs or something like this. Always try to participate in their competition. When we have won several competition last year as well. We always try to participate as much as we can. So these things are very much important, and this I don't want to extend too much. The overall you can get the idea that you have to always find the interest. Second thing, you never think like you are less prepared. I'm If you're going to participate now, you are going to learn a lot. Someone said that you never lose, you always get either you won or you get experience. So this is what this is where I want to conclude my statement. Over to you, Atithi. Atithi, please take care. And Akshay, thank you so much.
I believe that might have helped the juniors a lot. And proceeding on, now I would like to introduce you all to the president of our club, Atul Pandey Bhaiya, to share with you how our club mainly functions. Atul Bhaiya, the stage is all yours.
Okay, so first of all, hello everyone. Myself Atul Pandey from third year pursuing computer science and engineering. I'm also the president of Developers and Coder Club. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of you from DCC to the official orientation of DCC PARAKRAM 2K21. So the aim of this orientation is to inform you all about what DCC is, what we do, what is our aim, what is there for you in it, how DCC can help you in various tech domains, so that you can have a clear picture about DCC and whether it's relevant to your interest. So without any further ado, let's start the intro of DCC. Next slide, option. Can you change the slide option? Okay, so what about, I will first say about what about us. So Developers Coder Club is a platform built by students of NIT-A Gartala, and the main vision of DC is to promote a vibrant tech culture and to increase awareness toward various tech domains and opportunities associated with them. So next slide option. So let's talk about aims. What are the aims of DCC? Absar, can you change the slide? So let me talk about what are the aims of DCC. So we have two important aims. First, we want to help juniors to bring out their innovator self present inside them and help them to excel in various coding domains, who shall someday represent the institute and in their field and bring about positive development. And the second major aim that we have, and is also very important for you, is to provide the juniors with better internship and placement opportunities by equipping them with the right skills needed for cracking internship and placement in various MNCs and startups like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Samsung, etc. So, like first thing that you must be wondering that on what basis you can trust that, so that we have what it takes to guide you for the internship and placement in such big MNCs or startups. So let me just first share with you something, just to share with you all that the most fourth year members of DC have already got placement offers from multiple MNCs, and most of the third years members of DC have already got internship offer from various MNCs, and Many even already have done internship in various startups. Just for example, I also got an internship offer from Google, which I will be joining next summer. Having experience of all of that, we are pretty much confident about having the right experience and insight to guide you all for it. Okay, so that was about AIM. So let me talk about the various programs that we will be providing to you and we usually take. So firstly, like CPs and DCA tutorials, we conduct a lot of hackathons and we initiate like you to part in collaborative projects there, which we will guide you how to do it. And we conduct daily, weekly, and monthly contests, and we also provide mentorship opportunities. So that's like one program that we do. Next slide, option. And also one thing is for your first year, CPZen will be going to be the most important program for you all in your first 5-6 semester that you should be mostly focused on. So now let me talk about some roadmap. See, in this current generation where everything is going virtual, if you have come across, if you have surfed on internet, you must have found a lot of roadmaps. Roadmaps are quite in trend these days. Everybody is looking for roadmap to do that and that. So we thought, why whatever we are doing, let us picturize it in a roadmap for you to understand what we will be guiding you through and what are the steps you need to take. So first step for you all freshers is to do CP for 6 months. Okay, I think there was one orientation of Coach chapter which where we already introduced you to CP and CP Zen as well. So this is a joint venture by DC, CP and DSA team and CodeChef and NIT-A chapter. So this will be the first major thing that you will be focusing on. After 6 months, then you will start like we will help you all to explore different development. For example, app development, web development, machine learning, AI, various things. We will like try to motivate you to explore these things and pick which one interests you and dive deep in it. Now let's come to your third semester. Third semester is where you have to start sharpening your DSA skills. See, if you are doing already CP like we are telling you to do, then at this stage where you have to DSA, 70 to 80% work is already done. You just have to do the formalities of covering all the age things in DSA and you will be ready for it. Now let's come to your fourth semester. Fourth semester is where you will start especially preparing for your internship drive, which will happen after end of your fourth semester. And if you follow these 3 steps which we have planned for you properly, consistently, then you will very much be ready to grab any good opportunities for internship in many like big tech companies like Google, Amazon. As I told you, like I also create Google. So I have followed these steps and we are here to like guide you all what steps you have to follow in what order and from where to, we will guide you through all that so that by the end, after that of your second year, that means fourth semester, you will be able to grab a good internship. And after that, from fifth semester, you also have to guide your juniors as well, like we are doing. So this is the roadmap for you all. So next slide, observe. So we have various teams for various domains. So like we have competitive programming team. So to give them an edge on problem solving and have them equipped with logical thinking and practice to implement their logic via code. So a computer programming helps you in achieving that. And later on, the team will give you a presentation and give you more details about it. So next slide, please, Absar. So we have data structure algorithm team, and the job of them is to get them fully prepared for technical interviews for top product-based companies, including Google, Amazon, and much more. So, and they will be telling you more about it just in few minutes after my part. So next slide, Absar. And then we have the development team. Development team usually, like, there are three divisions in it. One is app development, one is web development, and one is ML. And they all will be guiding you to excel in that respective domain. And they will later on, they will give you more details about what they are and how they are going to do it. So it will be in few minutes, they will be presenting to you. So next item, sir. Okay, so thank you. That's it from my side. Now, Akshat, over to you.
Okay, so now we will introduce you all with different teams. First of all, I would like to call the web development team to give you a brief insight about them and their team.
Hello everyone, I'm Daita from the web dev team of DCC and NIT-A, and I'm here to brief you about what web development really is and why is everyone doing it. Before we begin, let us answer the biggest question that all of you have right now. Why should you listen to us rant for the next few minutes? To address this, let me show you all something. What you can see on your screen right now is the official website of DCC. And guess how this was made? Web development. So you see, it is a very sought after skill, in demand and will always be, because every idea needs to be implemented. And web dev gives you just the right tools to express yourself on the internet. What are those tools? You'll get to know about that soon enough. Before that, let us know what you need to get started. Do you need a programming background? No. Do you need to be an expert coder? Not really. Do you need in-depth knowledge of all web development tools? A big no. Yes, you will definitely need all of these when you proceed with the learning cycle. But to begin, all you need is creativity, flexibility, an idea, and a willingness to learn and explore it. Now, let us talk about what web development really is and go a little bit into the technicalities. First of all, can I know how many of you are already acquainted with web development or have at least heard the terms front-end and back-end development before? Can I have a yes or no in the chats? Okay, so it's interesting to see that many of you already know a little bit about it, and those who don't, it's all right. It's just the start of 4 years. You'll have a lot of time to explore. So let's continue. Every web application has two parts, the front end and the back end. When you open any website, there's something that you see on the screen, right? It can be text, images, tables, maybe a form that you fill up, buttons that you are clicking that are doing something or taking you somewhere else. So this is all part of the front end. To make it clear for you, let us take an example of a site that every one of us uses the most, the Google search engine's homepage. You will see the homepage on your screen right now. Here you can see the word Google written. Below that, there's a box where you can type what you want to search. There are buttons which you click and you search. There are links that will change the language of the page, right? So these are things that you see that you can interact with, and this is all part of the front end. Now, when you search for something here, you type the keywords, you click on Google search. What does Google do? Google searches for those keywords in the internet, and it shows you the relevant results. You know that the search is happening, but you cannot see the search, right? So something is being done, but the user is not directly interacting with it. This part is the backend. Full stack web development, as you can see here, deals with both front-end and backend. It is the integration of both, which leads to the working of a complete web application. Now, as I mentioned before, web development is all about providing you with the right set of tools to express yourself. When it comes to tools required for web dev, the first and foremost thing you need is a method to communicate with the system. You cannot communicate with the system using the languages that you speak in, right? So here comes programming languages. Common programming languages used in front end are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now that you know how to write your code, you need a place to write it. You can use the classic notepad, obviously, but that will not be really efficient. So you use an IDE. An IDE is basically a software that combines other common developer tools into a single user interface, where you can write your code and you can work on it. Now, wouldn't it be easier if instead of starting from scratch and building everything up, you already had something like the base, the foundation, and you could add your own code to it, you could modify it, and you could create something? It would save a lot of time, right? This actually exists, and these are called frameworks. Now, there are a lot of JavaScript frameworks like React.js, Angular, Node.js, and many more, but we will not dive deep into these ones right now. Other tools that we will need in our journey of web dev, as shown in front of your screen right now, are version control, testing, browser dev tools, command line, etc. Like front end, back end also requires specialized languages and frameworks. Some common backend frameworks are given here. Node.js, which uses JavaScript, PHP, Django using Python, Spring Boot and .NET using Java and C# respectively. We have seen in the Google example that backend deals mostly with data. So we need a place to store that data and work on it, manipulate it, right? So this is done using databases. Now that we have our data, we know how to manipulate it, we will need to communicate with the front end to know what the client wants us to do so that the backend can deliver. This is done through servers. We will not talk much about databases and servers in this session, as it is a very vast area and it will take a lot of time. Instead, what we will do for this last bit is that we will show you what can be created using these tools. These are some projects that members of our club have made, and you can make too with just a little bit of time and effort. The first one that will come on your screen right now is Anchor Notes website by Ankur Raj, web development lead of our club. This project is basically a one-stop destination for course materials and books for everyone. All books are classified into years, further classified into subjects and chapters. It is open to all and anybody can access and contribute to it. The next one that will be coming to your screen right now is a movie streaming website by Yash Agarwal, web development lead of our club. This one contains movies free to watch, labeled with the information and public pages. The next one is a website that is meant to share resources about competitive programming to the users, built by Aditi Kumar Singh, General Secretary of our club. Our resources categorized here are as per topics and skill levels. Now, the last one for today is one that I have already shown you before. It is the website of DCC. It contains information about our club and all club members, along with a registration form through which anyone can register their interest in the club. Now, as you have seen these projects, making something like this seems like a very strenuous task, right? With a lot of technicalities, very difficult, not for beginners, but trust me, it is not. It takes some time and effort, but such does any learning process, right? And as I have mentioned multiple times before, all you need to become a web developer is an idea and the dedication to see it through. So, if you find yourself interested and willing to put in hard work and time to make something amazing from scratch, web development is just the right place for you. So join us and we will together make some amazing projects. Thank you. Over to you, Akshay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mayur Agarwal. I'm the lead of mobile development team. Today, me and my team will be giving you some insights on how to get started with mobile development and why to get started with mobile development. Hope you will. Hope all. I hope that you all will enjoy this session. And now over to you, Krishna.
Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Krishna Chandak from second year Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, and I am a core member at Mobile Development Team, PCC, NIT Agartala. Today, I'll be giving you some insights on the mobile development. So let's get started. First off, what is mobile development? As many of you might already know, it's all about making and building apps for mobile devices. These can be Android apps, iOS apps, or iOS as well. The most popular and everyone's favorite, Android. Let's take a sneak peek into it. So, yeah, what is Android? So, like by far, it's the most popular mobile operating system and the most used operating system overall. You may or may not have known this, but it's just a modified version of Linux. Well, not just that, the Android SDK, that is Software Development Kit, helps us to build mobile apps for Android and integrate various features into it. So before going any further, let's why we should choose mobile development. Well, first of all, it's fun. Besides, it's in-demand technology plus a high-paying one. As you can see, the market share of Android in the pie chart. It's even more than the Windows itself. So, well, enough of what is Android and why Android. Let's get technical. How to get started or how to start making Android applications. Well, for the first step, you might have already guessed it. You need to learn a programming language. For beginners, it is recommended to start with C++ or Java. After learning the basics of either of the language, you can start with a mobile development focused language. You can go with Java or Kotlin for Android, C# or Swift for iOS, or if you want to get into cross-platform app development, you can go with Dart or JavaScript. Since this is an introductory session, I am not going to dive much deep here. Also, you should get yourself comfortable with an IDE of your choice. VS Code and Android Studio are mostly recommended. So, all right, since you have a basic idea about mobile development, you can start learning. it. So how to specifically start Android development? Well, there are two ways for it: native development and cross-platform development. In native, you build an app specifically for one platform, that is either Android or maybe iOS only. In cross-platform, you write your code once on a single framework. It gets converted into respective OS like Android, iOS, Windows, Web, all at once from a single code base, while saving the time and money. All right, since you have a basic idea about mobile development, you can start learning by making projects on your own that will upgrade your skill set, and you can also upload your apps on Play Store and app stores that will have a good impression on your resume itself. Now some motivation for you guys. We are going to take a look at some of the awesome apps made by our college alumni and seniors. This is Akash Chaudhary, alumni of batch of 2021. He started making apps during his college years, and now he has over 10 million downloads on his apps. You can check out his most popular app on Play Store, Me Band 4 Watch Faces. He also made over 1 crore by developing mobile apps. You can also check out his interview on Lovebubber's YouTube channel. Now let's take a look on some other apps. Now, the first one is also made by our senior status saver and downloader. This has over 10 lakh plus download, and you can already guess by the name what it does. The second one is Doc Scanner. Well, since the start of online classes, you might already have known uh, it requires to make PDFs and stuff. Now, this app will be very useful in your coming months. Now, this app Just Split is made by our third year senior Bharat Sharma from Computer Science Engineering department. Now, this app is basically used to split the expenses between your friends and family and stuff. And the second app is made by myself. This is a resume building application. You can create your resume on the go on your mobile phone, and you can sync it across other devices too, like the web, and you can access them anywhere else. And now let's come to hackathons. So once you have learned development, the next thing you can do is hackathons, participate in hackathons. So what is a hackathon? Well, it's a competition organized by companies, and there are some problem statements given to you. You have to solve them and make an application out of it. More like a real world solution you have to implement for a particular problem statement. It isn't restricted to Android or mobile development. You can also go with web development as well. Well, why do we participate in hackathons? Well, first of all, it sharpens your skills. It you inspire and motivate your team to work for a solution. It adds value to your resume or CV, and also it gives you an amazing opportunity to network with like-minded people. Well, this is a hackathon that me and my friend Akshat participated in. Well, this hackathon was organized by UIDAI. The first app was made by Akshat. What it does is it takes your Aadhaar number and gets all the details out of it, your name, your phone number, your address, and it allows you to make some small changes right from your mobile, and they can be updated in your Aadhaar itself. The second app was made by me. This app scans a document and recognizes a text out of it. The document can be anything, but it has to have some written text on it. Now it recognizes the text and it generates the address out of it. If the text has some kind of address written onto it, this will extract it. Then it takes the address and uploads to the UIDI servers for further verification. If you don't know UIDI, it's the government organization who was responsible for the Aadhaar cards. And in this, we were amongst the top 30 teams out of over 1,000 participants. Well, I don't know, up till now, I don't know who you are, but I will find you and install Android Studio on your PC. You might not be getting this meme, but as soon as you start the development journey, you will surely get the feel out of it. So where do we come in as a club? Where do we come in as a club? So basically, we will provide you all the resources and amenities to learn and mobile development and other related informations as well. We will help you and assist you in your projects. We will help you make group projects, find peers with similar interests, and we will solve all your queries and feedbacks regarding this. Thank you. Over to you, Akshat.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah. So now I would like to call the ML team to give you all a brief insight about them and their team. Is there any kind of lag? Yeah, cool.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome from the machine learning team. This is Aditya, machine learning lead at Developers and Coders Club, pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering at NIT Agartala. I am currently deep learning intern at IIT Bhilai, and I have also worked as machine learning intern at IIT Patna. Now let me introduce my core team members, Biprajit and Sharat Saha from BTech second year. This was our team introduction. We will be guiding you throughout the ML journey from scratch to building cool projects. Now, Bipajit will take over and give you an overview on machine learning. Bipajit, you may start.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Hello, everyone. Myself, Viprajesh Shuklavidya, BTech CSE second year, core member of machine learning team. So, before diving into anything, three things are very important: what, why, and how. So, on this note, let's begin today's session. First of all, what is machine learning? In very layman terms, machine learning is actually the automating and improving the learning process of the computer without much of human assistance. The processors with feeding good quality of data and then training our computers by building models using ML algorithms and data. Consider the example of a student preparing for the exam. Students basically don't cram the subjects but try to learn it from understanding basics. They feed their brain, which is the machine, with the data, the questions and the answers, training the brain with input and the output. That is the approach or the logic to be applied for the question. The more they solve the questions, the more their experience increases, boosting their accuracy and performance. One can even think of the recommendations in Spotify, YouTube as an example of ML. There are many other examples and applications of ML which we'll be seeing further in the session. Before that, I have got one question for you guys. The question goes: the humanoid AI robot developed by Hanson Robotics, modeled after Audrey Hepburn, that also holds citizenship of Saudi Arabia. So the options are option 1, Sophia, option 2, Curie, option 3, Abo, option 4, Gita. Can I have your answers on the polls? Everyone, guys? So yes, I can see a lot of the correct answers. So let us now move to the next topic, which is why is ML so important? Now, if you see if you're given say 10 to 20 rows of data, then you can deal with them very easily. But the problem is when you have got to face the real life situation, it is far ahead of that. You maybe have to face thousands and thousands of data, and that is not at all efficient to use humanistic approaches and methods to solve that. This is where ML comes into play. It allows the user to feed a computer algorithm an immense amount of data and have the computer analyze and make data-driven recommendations and decisions based on the only input data. Like in case of a business, finance for portfolio management, algorithmic trading, loan underwriting, fraud detection, and in many other fields such as health industry, e-com industry, etc. Next for you guys, we have got a screenshot of the self-driving cars. That is one of the projects that is being developed by one of seniors from our college. It actually is a simulation car that is been designed using the deep learning and the computer version techniques. So now, as we are all aware of the what and whys of ML, now let us see how should we proceed to dive into ML. The very first thing that we should know is that the programming language we should have to learn. Now, there are various programming languages that support ML. Some include of Python, R, and Scala. But all of them, Python is used on a large scale, and the main reasons for the Python being used on a large scale are very underlying and simple. The first reason, Python is a simple language. The second, Python is a cross-platform language. And the third and the most important, that is the number of open source libraries that Python offer. You can consider of a Python NumPy, which is used for handling array, Python pandas, used for handling data frame, Python matplotlib and seaborn for data visualization, and the list goes on. So you may think of a question: is learning a single programming language enough for you to start with the actual ML and to start with the ML algorithm? The answer is no. Before you jump into the ML algorithms, you need to have a clear fundamentals of statistics in your mind. Now, now we'll be seeing through few of the applications and the projects that has been developed using ML worldwide. So first of all, we can see of the every breakthrough projects such as the Cortana Siri that is being developed, every social media sites that we use, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And the movie sites, then you have got the Google flagship products such as Google Maps, Google Search, etc. and Spotify's and many more. But how can one forget about the breakthrough projects, the Sophia the robot? So here we have got Sophia the robot, then you have got Alexa, then you have got that is AlphaFold, and fifth, an AlphaFold is then developed by Google DeepMind and is a solution to a 50-year-old biological equation. That is, you can clearly see that machine learning is not just limited to technical part, but it can also help people in the medical part as well. So thinking of that, we have got another question for you guys. The question is, which of the following techniques is used by Twitter to delete or remove abusive tweets? The first option is NLP, that is natural language processing or the text sentence analysis. Second option is deep neural network. Third option is central neural network. And fourth option is artificial neural network. So guys, let's have a poll and let's see how many of you know the answer. Yeah, it's quite good to see that most of you know the answer. So now proceeding forward. Now, as we have seen the why, what, and how of ML, the next thing that we'll be seeing is here some of the projects that is being developed by the seniors of our college. The first is the Y plate. The Y plate is actually the Y plate is actually a license plate detection machine being developed by one of the senior using OpenCV with a command line interface. The next for you is a skeleton dance. It is actually a skeleton dance designed using deep neural network performing human pose estimation using OpenCV. So after dealing with all those projects and all, now one thing and one question that all of you think of at one point of your life, that is, if we dive into ML, what will be our job scenario? Will we be getting a decent job, a decent salary? The answer is yes. If you go into ML, there are huge amount of opportunities as a job opportunities. You can become an ML engineer, you can go to data scientist, you can become an NLP scientist, you can become a business intelligence developer, a game developer, or a Python developer. Apart from that, you might also be thinking that if you could be hired by some of the biggest of the companies, yes, your dream might come true, as some of the biggest companies using Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Qualcomm, Morgan Stanley are the ones who are in who are in to take the machine learning engineers and other all job opportunities mentioned here. According to Glassdoor, the median salary of a machine learning engineer ranges from 15 to 35 LPA per annum. So this was all from the machine learning side. Before we go in, before we leave you, we've got one last question for you guys. The question is, the amazing AI computer program, which was developed in 2017, that defeated the best chess engine, Stockfish, winning 155 and losing 6 out of 1,000 games, is one of the following. The options are option 1, AlphaZero, option 2, Alexa, option 3, TensorFlow, and option 4, none of the above. So guys, let's have a poll of that. Yeah, I can see many of you getting the correct answers. So this was it. Hope to meet all of you soon, and a very thank you. Akshat, over to you.
Thank you so much, Biplajit. I believe that might have helped the juniors a lot. And now, I know for a fact that you all have been waiting for this team to arrive. Now, calling upon the most hyped up team of DCC NIT-A, the CP and the DSA team.
Hello everyone, myself Tarun from Computer Science Department third year. I'm currently the CP lead here at Developers and Coder Club. And our team mainly aims to build competitive programming culture in our college. And I know few of you might have already joined Coach of College Chapters orientation, where we have discussed everything about how we are planning out events regarding competitive programming. So like if you haven't joined that orientation, let me give you like brief intro about competitive programming. So competitive programming is a sport where programmers around the world compete against each other to get a better rank in the leaderboard. So with this, like I would request everyone to join the CPJ, which is the most important thing for you guys. And we have a few core members here in this meet who are Harsh and Mayur. Thank you guys for this opportunity, and I request Mayur and Harsh to take over.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Hello. Welcome you all to the wonderful session, and we again welcome you from the CP and DSC team. This is Mayur from the CP team.
And this is Harsh from the DSA team.
Yeah, we know that you must have heard about CP a lot from the last week. We have taken so many sessions, and so we won't bore you with the same stuff. Rather, we will be seeing some new insights in this session. So, Harsh, over to you.
So let's look at first about data structures. So what are data structures? Let's take a random guess. It may be some structure which is used to store some data, right? This is it. This is all about data structure. But why we need data structure? This is the first question which comes in our mind. So why data structure? Why should we care about data structure? This is the first question. So let's come with me and let's see why we need data structure. So I'm going to the Google browser. I'm going to search Google Maps. Okay. Now I have opened Google Maps, and let's say I want to go to Amritsar. So I will set Amritsar and set the directions. So now it will give me the route from my current position to the Amritsar. Okay. Now think of in this way. My current position is this. I want to go here to Amritsar. You can imagine how much large surface area this is. This is too much large surface area, but we are able to represent this situation in a small screen. How? It uses the concept of a graph. What is graph? Graph is nothing but of the pictorial representation of a real life situation. So this is a real life situation where there is some cities. Let's say this is my current city. This is Ludhiana. This is Amritsar. This is Jalandhar, Hoshiarpur. There are too many cities. Okay. So there is a concept called node and edges. What are node and edges? Why do we need them? So how they take is take my current position as one node, take Amritsar as one node, take Ludhiana as one node. This is node, and the path connecting my current position to Amritsar. Let's say this is one path. See, look at my cursor. This is one path. This is another path. This is one more path. This is some another path. So what is that? This is some edges. So can you imagine without the concept of graph, how can you represent this much large surface area? How can you talk about this much large surface area? How can someone imagine about this much large surface area? You need some concepts. So there they introduce data structures. So this is the concept of graph. So that's how data structures came up with the concept to tackle with the real life situation. Okay. So you may have heard some more data structure like stack. Okay, so let me give you another real life example. In that browser, we came to this phase of the browser. How we searched on Google Maps, then we clicked on the Google Maps, then we set Amritsar. Now we are on this phase. Okay, but have you ever observed why this back button is for? To go back to the previous phase, right? So if I click on back, then it will take me to the previous phase, right? So how does that works? Can you have you ever thought of how does that works? That if you click on that back button, it takes you to the previous phase. This works on the concept of stack. Okay, last in first out. This works on the concept of stack. I don't want to tell how this is implemented. This is the part for you all. Let the curiosity be intact. Whenever you will learn stack, then think of what concept of stack they use to implement this structure.
Okay. I guess I need to share the screen then. Okay, just a second.
Meanwhile, guys, I have a question for you all. Meanwhile, we fix the technical issues. I have you all joined the CP Zen series, which was launched just particularly just for you guys. Have you all joined it? You can tell the answer to my question in the comment as well. Yeah, I know it's frozen. We'll fix it in just a moment. And if you haven't joined it, we'll give you a Discord link at the end of this session, and then you can join the Discord channel where we'll have sessions of CP Zen.
Is the screen visible now? Okay, sorry for the interruption, guys. There were some network issues. So as Harsh was telling, like why data structures are so important. Like you have seen about graphs in from maps, then you have seen about stacks from the web browser. So you have seen like we have already learned about so many beautiful tech stacks like mobile development, Android, web development, ML. But ultimately, the basic fundamental unit behind all of this is the data structures because you need to have the basic concept of data structures to build any of these things. So you have got a basic idea about data structures. Now let's see like what is an algorithm. Algorithm is nothing, just it's just a set of rules that should be followed while problem solving. Let's say like you have seen like for maps we have used graphs, but actually how did you find the smallest distance between any two positions? For that we have used some algorithms, that is the some set of rules or procedures that we have followed to find the smallest distance between two places. So that's basically what is the algorithm is. So now that you have a basic idea about DSA, now let's dive into what is CP. Now, as I've already said, like
Is my screen shared now? Okay. Yeah. Coming back. Network issues. CP bar.
yeah. So as I've said, like you have already learned about CP from the last week. So we won't say about CP again. Rather, we'll just tell you like how is CP interlinked with DSA, or like how is it actually coming in this frame. So what is CP? As I already said, like it is a mind sport, but in this case, it is nothing more but just a gamified version of DSA. Whatever you learn in DSA, in CP you just have to you have to just do the same things in the form of some questions, in the form of a contest, and nothing else. Like CP is just that. Now, one question might come to your mind, like, should we have to complete DSA before starting CP? The answer is no. No, you don't have to complete your DSA before CP. Rather, you can start CP from today itself, have, build the basic logic building, and then you can start your DSA journey after some months. Because DSA is never a prerequisite for CP. CP mainly requires a basic logic building. Now, coming to the next segment, like why is CP so important, or why are both the things, that is CP and DS, are so important? Now, as you have seen, like it gives us a sudden dopamine rush. Like whenever you see that your solution is getting accepted, now there's such a nice feel that suddenly your hormone starts to flow and you feel very happy about it. Now the next reason is like it always helps to build your logic. That is, you can think of many solutions even in tough situations. And last but not the least, it helps you to ace the coding rounds. Now there are also many other reasons, as we have already covered earlier. So we will do the same thing. Now the next question is like, now we have two options. Like there are development, there are CP, DS. Now what should you prioritize? The answer is you should now prioritize CP or DS. And why? Because like it is the basic foundational job. Before going into kind of any kind of development, you should have your foundations clear, right? Because without the foundations, you can start your development right today, but as you go deeper, you will lack the logic behind it. So the first prerequisite behind for anything is that you should first have the basic logic clear. And so for that, CP or DSA is a must have right now. And as the next point is like it helps to build the logic building, and logic building takes a lot of time. So if you start late, you will also face the same consequence, like you won't be able to solve the questions so fast as your other friends. So it's recommended to start as early as possible. And also like it always helps to prepare for the interviews. So coming to the next segment, like where should you practice, or like what are the major websites from where you can practice the DSA as well as CP? For DSA, there are mainly three websites like NIT-Code, Geeks for Geeks, and Binary Search. There are also many other websites you can have, but these are the major ones. And for CP, you must have heard about Code Forces, CodeShare, and Coded. There are also many other. You can explore all of them, but majorly we will go through all these three. And for this, now coming to the next section, like how to even start, or like where can I find all the resources? For this, we have already launched a series known as Citizen, which is a joint collaboration with CodeShip NIT-A chapter. Now, one of the biggest issues that everyone faces in various colleges is that they don't have any friend, or like they lack the peer support with whom they can discuss their issues, or they can have their doubts. So for this, we are trying our best to have a active community so that we can give you the whole community support, so that you never feel that you are all alone or you don't have any support. Apart from that, we are doing weekly sessions. Also, we are providing you resources, and we will be also organizing some contests. So for that, be sure to join our Discord server, because we'll be having all the discussions there. The Discord link will be shared shortly to all of you. Now, like as everyone shared about their projects, like the ML team has shared about their projects, the Android and web development team also has shared about their projects. Now you might be asking, like, are there any projects available in the DSA part 2? The answer is yes. Let me just show you one project. First, can you show that from GitHub? Harsh, just show the first page where the screenshots are there, not the code. Because if they say the code, then it will be very difficult for them right now. Go to the previous page. Go to the bottom section. Now, here you can see that it is a Minesweeper game. I know that most of you have played the Minesweeper game from Google or it will from any other places. Now, if you have played it, then you must be familiar with the rules, right? There are some hidden mines. There is a board, and you have to identify all the hidden mines and open all the cells that don't have mines, right? So this is the same game. That is the whole exact board. Then the mines are generated randomly, as you can see here. When you click, it shows like how many mines are there all around it, and thus the game goes on just like the actual game. Apart from, in addition to that, like here, there is one extra feature, that is there is also a multiplayer functionality. In the original game, there is no multiplayer functionality, but here we have also added a multiplayer functionality. So yeah, you can also mix very cool projects using your DSA knowledge also. So that's all from the side of CP and DSA team. Hope you like that, and make sure that you join the CPzen series because it has already started last week, and today also there's another session from 5:30 p.m. So see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the awesome introduction, Mayur and Harsh.
So now we all have come to the end of our session. I hope you all enjoyed the session and at the same time learned something more about our club. See you all in leaderboards.
Now, before signing off, I would like you all to tell about the Discord channel. We have shared the link and pinned the comment in the comment chat box, where we give regular contest updates and everything. All the updates for CP Zen would also be present there. Thank you all for joining in. See you there.